ready, match start.
And it's a maximum of 30 points per end. Each archer will shoot 5 ends. It's a cumulative score, maximum 150 points.
Come on, girl, good and strong. There you go.
Crucial first arrow from Jamie van Natta.
10, 9, 8.
Playing high for Jamie there. Obviously, this is the first time she shot out here today across the water. Just taking a little breath there. She waits for So to shoot.
So 2 9s. They've got the first arrow out of the way, and they can now settle into their rhythm.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Well, 2 9s. 18 out of a possible 20 for the American.
Such a beautiful technique there.
Well,
Just low.
all level now. Maybe a slight over adjustment from the Korean. Final arrow from van Natta.
Ah, lovely 10. There you go. She's found the middle.
Now, when does the countdown clock start?
So as soon as the last archer's finished, then your countdown will start. So 20 seconds.
So they matched each other there in the first end. We're all tied up. So the first of 5 ends here. Now you'd have to fancy Chaewon of Korea for this, being so much higher ranked than van Natta.
Yeah, so Jamie's a much lower rank, but Jamie has had a little break from the World Cups. She has won them twice, so I would actually expect Jamie probably to win.
Yeah, but she's got to sort of recover from that heartbreak tiebreaker where she scored a 10, but got measured out by Chen of Chinese Taipei. She came onto the field of play with a big smile on her face. Certainly, she's really happy to be here.
She loves being in the finals, and she'll be happy to be back on the finals. I think it's her first World Cup for a couple of years, and individually she's back up to a medal match.
Second end, women's bronze medal, compound archery.
10.
Lovely eggs. She's found that 10.
Ooh. Now that looks like it's on the line to me, so should score a 9.
Door has been opened for Jamie van Natta.
10, 9, 8, 9.
Oh, and then like that, we're all back to the tied score.
Yeah, all the emotion that goes through this, the pressure on the athletes is huge, and it's constantly evolving and constantly changing. She's pulled that one and both gone a bit right.
Obviously the wind has changed, so the archers just need to check where the flags on the targets are going, just to aim off or change their sights.
Just out.
So just out, as you can hear the coach say.
So 20 out of a possible 30. We need a solid 10 here to keep the scores level from So.
Oh, and that is on the line, so yes, that will be a 10.
Subject to confirmation though. So as things stand, that's marked as a 9 for So Chaewon, but I suspect you're right, Lucy, and that will get marked up on the countback.
Yeah, I think So doesn't need to be worried about that. That will be in, but that is why you have your friend from your team checking it with the judge. The American checking it as well, just to make sure. Obviously, they want it marked down.
10, 9, 9.
Well, it sounds like they have marked up so for that final arrow, and there is confirmation, and we are still tied, and they've virtually matched each other arrow for arrow.
Yeah, both girls, you know, incredibly good at doing these final matches. Jamie's got so many years of experience. I think she started her world ranking events in 1996. So,
wow.
You know, she's been on the archery field for a long time.
Third end.
Oh, lovely X. She had 6 seconds to go with that shot.
That is the one.
Lovely. As you said, they're matching each other.
Arrow for arrow, almost. Now you can hear the vocal American coach. You know, obviously there's not huge amounts they can do technically at this stage, but is that moral support really required?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to change anything technically in a bronze medal match. But yeah, as you said, moral support, that's what they're there for. They're there to make sure that you stay calm, someone to talk to, and then more importantly, someone to count down your time. Lovely.
She's finding the sweet spot, so Chaewon, and she needs it.
There we go. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh, did you see her face with that shot? She wasn't happy, but it was a 9, so
Little smile.
could have gone much worse.
So big arrow here. Are we going to get a perfect score for the first time in this bronze medal match?
Yes, yes we are.
Bang on the money there, and now leading by 2. Was that third end crucial? The pressure starts to build on Van Natta, but equally, if you're leading, there's a bit of pressure to keep hold of that lead, and if it starts to slip, even if it's only by 1, surely that, you know, it's building up. And we look at the arrows from Chaewon. I mean, that grouping of the 2 on the left-hand side, I mean, almost one arrow almost hit the other.
Yeah, it was excellent. I mean, 2 X's and a 10. You can't ask for more than that in a bronze medal match. But as you said, the pressure may get to her because she is ahead. You know, it's sort of how you do deal with 1 being behind and 2 for, you know, for Jamie and 2 being ahead. So
Complex game when you start drilling down into the psyche and what's going through the athlete's minds. The wind conditions changing throughout the day today. I mean, the one thing I have to say, Lucy, is it's not blustery. It's a consistent breeze, so you can adjust to it, right?
But sometimes that's almost worse because you don't expect your arrows to go off into the 9. If it's blustery, you can kind of almost overcompensate for that. Oh.
Now, what I've noticed, and you know, I'm no expert, it looks to me like Van Natta seems to get her best scores when her coach gets down to about 8 on the countdown.
Ah, interesting. So maybe she's just better with the time pressure. See what happens this arrow. You're right. When he says 8 seconds, she seems to get a 10.
So you were talking about rhythm. That is part of the rhythm. And if she misses the 8, then do we start seeing the jitters come in?
Oh, lovely. Chaewon is absolutely nailing the X there. Oh, lovely.
So on the 8.
8 seconds to go, and she got an X.
I mean, it's
So
spot on.
consistent pattern of rhythm, timing.
The only problem is
10, 10, 10.
she's up against So Chaewon of Korea, who's hit 2 perfect scores in the last 2 ends, and in fact 2 X's in both as well. She's going for a target that you know I mean, we can barely see it from where we are, and we're standing right next to where the archers are releasing the arrows.
I mean, she shot incredibly this week. You know, she's beaten so many good archers, and obviously she just came up against Sarah Lopez in that semi-finals and just lost out by 1 point, but she's been on the money this week.
Oh, she's been absolutely on the money in the last 10 minutes here. 30 points in N3, 30 points in N4, and she now leads by 4 points over Jamie van Natta, who's making her comeback. You see the groupings of the arrows there even better in the fourth end.
재원아, 끝까지 집중하고 끝까지 최선을 다해서.
So final end of the women's compound bronze medal match. Jamie van Natta of the USA to shoot first.
Oh, lovely ace. And Jamie's just been so consistent in this match. 28, 28, 28, 28. Hopefully she could just get a little bit more. But when you're coming up against a steamroller, you've got to have more than perfection.
Oh. Well, she's shooting her own arrows. She's found the sweet spot now, but she needs Chaewon to drop the ball, and it just doesn't look like she's going to.
Nope, she is not giving anything away. It must be heartbreaking knowing that you've got one more shot left, and there's not much you can do apart from get a 10.
Well, good.
Is that a 9 or a 10?
It's a good grouping at the end for van Natta, and better than her last 2 ends, but a 6 to win.
Easy, just like that. She got 30 points for the last 3 ends to win the bronze medal match.
Unbelievable shooting there from Chaewon. She is the bronze medalist here at the Hyundai Archery World Cup Stage 1 in Shanghai. And a brilliant, brilliant performance in the last 3 ends. 28 out of 30 in the first 2. And she wins by 5 points, 146 to 141 over Jamie van Natta, who is making her comeback and will be pleased with 4th place in Shanghai. Well, here we see the arrows there. I mean, look at that. That cluster of 10s through the middle. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and throughout all of the matches, she's got better and better. You know, she only had 144 points, 143 points, and to come out into a bronze medal match and get 146 out of 150, it's incredible.
Great stuff there. So we have confirmation of our bronze medalist. Chaewon of Korea will be on the podium a little bit later on today. And we see her poise, composure, and a trait of the Koreans, completely straight-faced. And the high five to celebrate the bronze medal.